Hi everyone, another week, another video. Make sure if you are watching this video, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. That way you'll make sure that you get all the updates as they come through. You'll get all notifications that we're putting these videos. Please share this video with your friends if you agree with what we're saying. Maybe if you don't agree with what we're saying, be sure to share this around. And if you have any questions, or you want to email us, or you want to get involved with Fusion Sports and Performance, please email me, mnoonan@fusionperformance.com.au. So this week I shared an article by Christian Woodford down in Melbourne, who was talking about definition of sports-specific training, and he stated in that article that sports-specific training is a myth, and sports-specific training is really what happens in your sports training, so what happens on the field or on the track or anything like that. And when we do programs for athletes, we're looking for something that's going to be complementary to that training. So you know, if you're a football player, your sports-specific training per se happens when you actually go to football training, or if you're a sprinter, your sports-specific training is happening with the work that you do on the track. The work that you do in the gym is obviously aiding you with your sports-specific training, but what Christian was saying in that article is that it shouldn't be called sports-specific training. So, I mean, we run what we refer to as sports-specific programs, but there are a lot of essential elements that we use throughout all our programs. Even though the demands of each individual sport may be different, there are a lot of essential elements that we use in our sports programs to try and help people get better at their individual sport. Some of the things we do, like, we are really big on investing in fundamentals, and not fundamentals of the sport. Again, that's what we're not going to get somebody in the gym and teach them how to pass a rugby ball. We're not rugby league coaches, we're strength coaches, we're PTs. We're trying to help that person become stronger at the sport, so we're actually investing in the fundamentals of movement. So fundamentals like vertical and horizontal push, vertical and horizontal pull, squatting, lunging, stepping, those sorts of things are the fundamentals of our movement as human beings. By using those and investing in those and making sure we do those properly, what we're working towards is towards creating a really solid default position for that person that is then going to translate onto whatever sport they're doing. So by creating that solid default position, and what we mean by solid default position is basically you want to make sure that your body's going to get into the best position it possibly can when we're putting external stresses on your body. Now, in the gym, that can be load, it can be speed, it can be adding a clock. On the football field and in sporting arenas, there's so many other external stresses that come on there, and if you're not training a very high default position through those fundamental movements, then once you get into a competition environment, you're going to revert back to the level of your training. So what we're trying to do in the gym is trying to make that default position as high as we can. While we do that, we're also looking to develop some physical principles, you know, strength, power, speed, agility, and also looking to increase the work capacity across the specific time domain for whatever sport it is that the athlete's training for. We're also looking to address any limiting factors that that athlete might have. So, you know, call them weaknesses, call them whatever you want. By having a lot of limiting factors, that's obviously going to impact on your athletic performance. So all this stuff can be done by basic movements. It doesn't need to be complicated. You know, jumping up and down with a friggin' medicine ball in your hand inside a truck tire when you can't actually squat or move properly, and you've got a really, really poor default athletic position, isn't sport-specific training. In fact, in my opinion, it's a complete and utter waste of time. Invest in the fundamentals of movement, create that solid default position, address any limiting factors, and that's going to A, get you better at your particular sport, B, it's going to keep you injury free, which at the end of the day, if you can spend more time on the training paddock doing sport specific training because you're injury free and not getting beat up in the gym, then that's what's going to help you get better at your sport. As always, as I said at the start of the video, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, give us a like on Facebook, give us a recommendation with your friends, and if you have any questions, mnoonan@fusionperformance.com.au. Thanks guys.